Yes then people, it is transfer special day. We have just been promoted to the Sky Bet Championship. Luckily getting through the playoffs. Last year we come so close, but this year we have done it and it is time for a huge transfer special as we look to build a team strong enough to compete in the Championship. Stay tuned because it's going to be a very, very busy episode. What's going on there guys, Kempy here and welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Wrexham. It is season 5 episode 1, it is absolutely flown by but it's been a blast and I'm sure you all agree. If you didn't catch the season 4 recap this morning, that is released for you who have not managed to catch every single episode. Remember you haven't even seen what's happened, it's been spoiled in the little intro but we did get promoted via the playoffs even though we had an awful start to the season. It is looking like we're on the up and this season is hopefully going to be even better. One thing I'm quickly going to say is I've got a brand new monitor as well. I'm hoping everything looks fine. I've had a massive play around with the settings on it to try and get it so it's running at the right 1080p, etc. It runs 4K, but I don't think the PC can handle it. It didn't like it earlier when I tried to do it. So yeah, we're just going to keep it as is for now. If the text looks different, let me know. If it looks blurry, let me know. It should looks fine in my eyes, but I know OBS can do weird and wonderful things. So please let me know how it looks. It'll be massively appreciated. And also I've gone yellow today for the colours because deadline day is normally yellow and transfers, I don't know why I think of yellow, but I do. So transfers is a yellow today. The lights even are a yellow today and we have been fairly busy already. We are now on the 9th of June. It is the day that the transfer window opens officially and we've been, I'd say, fairly busy. We've not done a lot of bits, but you know, it's been a busy little time. Stephen Walsh has left the club. It's something I told you I wanted to do. We managed to get 1.2 million for him and he didn't play much last season at all. He played the first half of the season, second half of the season hardly played. Free contract a year later to sell him for 1.2 million. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. A very good deal, if you ask me. And is our record transfer fee previously was £800,000 back in 1997. So we've smashed that almost 1.5 times that as well. And I'm glad we've only made one signing so far. And it's this guy, Darren O'Hanlon. He's a 3-star, which I like the look of. I didn't know if it'd be 3, maybe even 2.5. But he is a forward which was signed from Manchester City. He was on loan last year at Livingston, didn't score any goals, got 3 assists. We were signed for £350,000. My plan for him is to be a rotation option with Sebastian Neves. We have changed formation and it is as a 4-2-3-1. I think the 4-4-2, if we try and play it this season, we might get overrun. Obviously, the quality of teams is going to take a massive jump up indeed. So we have changed to a 4-2-3-1 and I think O'Hanlon and Neves could be fantastic as that right hand side, just swapping out together every single time. Where is he? If you compare the two of them, they are very similar, both quick, both good at finishing and are both really strikers playing out on right wing. So I hope Darren and Sebastian can cause absolute carnage on that right hand side. You can see we are looking quite bare at the moment in terms of the team. I'm not saying I'm going to make all these signings. There could be players promoted from the youth teams coming up and some of these boys going in the first team. But it is a year where we need to improve massively. I think we got quite lucky last year with how things went. Obviously, we had a shocking start to the season and somehow managed to put on a run of form where we were just unbelievable at the end of the season. And yeah, thankfully we went into the playoffs with such good form, we managed to win them. One player who I think is going to be quite an excitement in the comments, Christopher Lewis, I think is now good enough to be part of the first team. He was on loan last year at 17 years of age in the National League, playing 40 games, 7 goals, 3 assists. His average rating isn't fantastic, but I think he could be a real asset for us. You know what? As a name in the game player, there's obviously a little bit of favouritism there, but Christopher Lewis, I think you're going to be happy with the fact that you are in the first team for this upcoming season. And as a centre attacking midfielder, doesn't he look absolutely fantastic? His progression has been brilliant. He's still got 3.5 to 4.5 star potential as well. So I think Christopher Lewis as a backup in this cam spot is going to be great. I'm going to hopefully sign someone of 3.5, 4 star, so they will play the majority of games. But I think Lewis being in and around the squad will be fantastic. Jack Tierney is another one that I have promoted from the youth setup. He's not fantastic, but I am so set on our centre-back partnership. I do want to spend the money there. So Jack Tierney and Wilandi Yapan are going to be the backups for us. I might even bring up, I think his name's Brandon Williams. Not the Brandon Williams, because I'd be very happy with the Brandon Williams. But he is a guy that is in our youth system. He might even come in instead of Jack Tierney. I'm undecided yet. I might have to compare the two. In fact, while you're here, let's do that now. I think Jack just keeps the spot for now. Brandon can keep going out on loan. He is 4 years his younger. So, yeah, not too fussed about him. Anything else we are trying to do? We have finally made an offer for Charlie Lingard. He is now available to offer a contract to. And you can see there's some stiff competition. There's ourselves, Brentford, Brighton, Palace, Everton, Fulham, Leeds, Leicester, Southampton, Watford, West Ham, Wolves, Mainz and Celtic. He got player of the season in League One last year. I've offered him £23,000 a week, which obviously makes him massively the highest earner at the club. I hope he accepts it, because if he does, I think we could do a very good job next year. But I am aware there is some big sides after him and are possibly going to be offering double what we have been offered. In terms of other signings, David Gonzalez has also joined the club. He is on a pre-contract agreement along with Theo Zidane. He is joining from Real Madrid B as a deep line playmaker on support. I think he's very, very good. We compare him to Joe Bellingham. It's not a world of difference, and I think for a free contract from Real Madrid, he's going to have that relationship with Zidane as well. I'm happy for him. And Zidane actually might even occupy this centre attacker mid spot. So he might already have that signing that I've pretty much forgot about. So what a little bonus that would be. But yeah, Zidane is certainly going to be in the team. That free kick ability and corners alone, as well as the fact he is very, very tall, 6'6", 6'7", I think that is. He's currently listed as a decent Sky Bet League One player and lead in Championship, but I don't believe that. I think he has potential to easily be within the Real Madrid squad on this game, let alone the Wrexham one in the Championship. So he is going to be an option in centre attacker midfield for us. Transfers wise, also we've offered another loan for Adrian Blake at that left mid side. I'd like to get him in again. I'm not hopeful. Watford currently don't want him coming back to the club, so it's going to be a difficult one. But I'd like to get Blake back in. He was very good last season, average of 7.11. Obviously, Charlie Lingard. Bailey Dunton is another player I've made an offer for. He is an advanced forward, probably one that I'll get in and loan out, but he's got 18 determination, 11 finishing, 12 composure, decent pace, great jumping reach, leadership off the ball work. I think as a pressing forward, he could be very good. He has not played a game in football as of yet, but we've offered, I believe, £700,000. Yeah, £700,000 for him. I think he's one that I'd get in and loan out. And I think next season, if he has a good year out on loan, we could sell him for either mega money or he could be part of our team in the Championship or in the Premier League. So I think that's a good signing. And Bill Ball, I mean, what a name that is, Bill Ball from Queen's Park Rangers. I was there last night, sadly, for the 3-0 loss to Luton. You won't be surprised, there was no vlog. We started recording, but yeah, 3-0 loss, didn't end up being fantastic, so we left it at that. But as a free contract, Bill Ball, I think, could be someone who could offer some use. Either he's going to make us a bit of money in the future, or he's going to be someone that comes into the team. I think, honestly, probably a little bit of money in the future. But as a free contract, we're battling against Blackpool, Portsmouth and Rotherham. Transfers-wise, it's been difficult to come across too many people. I've got a lot of recruitments going out, but I'm aware I'm hoping to wait until the 1st of July for that big release of players. I think this year, with the reputation of Wrexham, and now we are in the Championship, we could prove to be a force. I'm hopefully going to get some of these facilities upgraded as well, because I do want to build our own fantastic youth system. But yeah, I'm aware the last time we did a transfer special, it was 50 minutes long, so I'm going to try and not do that today. So yeah, let's get into it. I'll bring you guys back when we have some signings. I'd just like to say as well, not a transfer, but Rob Lainton has become a fantastic goalkeeping coach. You can see his stats there. For someone who has literally had, I think, 4s and 5s to start off with, he has actually developed into a really good goalkeeping coach. We've just promoted him to our first team rather than working with the under-18. So, Rob, things are looking on the up when you retire. I know you just come back from your broken wrist, or I think it was a broken wrist, but when you become a coach, you're going to be bloody good at it as well. We have had the deal for Adrian Blake wiped off. They do not want to loan him back to us in the slightest. So sadly, we're going to be looking for a new left midfielder. Tommy Doyle is a midfielder I'm looking at potentially bringing in. He looks very good, but I'm worried he's going to be a bit too small to play in the ball in a midfielder role for us. He's probably not got the best stats for it, and that's where he would be. So we might give him a miss. Sammy Sismodics is leaving the club, £700,000. I've got no idea how we got that for him. He was very, very average last year, and we signed him on the 3 just 12 months ago, so quite happy with that one. And we've just had this come back about Bill Ball wanting a better contract. Now, I mean, I'll give you that. Yeah, I don't mind that. I think that was about 200 quid more than we offered him last time, so happy to give that one a go as well. And the Bill Ball deal has fallen through because QPR have realised they've got a contract extension, so what a waste of time that was. Bailey Dunton, who I have spoken about, has just signed for the club. Happy to get him in. Like I said, a very determined striker. I think if we get him out on loan, he can definitely progress. So that's going to be the plan for him. There's one guy here that's really, really annoying me. Miljanov Radovadovic is someone that every single time I go to, it says he's actually like uninterested, but he would be really willing to talk to me. How good does this guy look? He's £500,000 from Kulabra in the Serbian Super League. I'm sorry, I do not know who they are. And they've produced an absolute gem. But I can't get him because he won't talk to me. But I'm going to keep going after him until I get him because he looks fantastic and I really, really want him. And I want that Serbian regen dynamo in Cam. He's 6'1" at 19 as well. So he's a bit of a beast. And one other guy we are looking at is Dylan Stevenson. He is from Newcastle, the loan last year out at Stoke in the Championship, 35 games, 5 goals and an assist. A very good centre-attack midfielder. He wants a lot of money and I've offered him £15,000. I think it might be a little bit too little to get him in, but the money when you start talking up here is just ridiculous. I mean, even Tenan Mengi, who I absolutely love. He is fantastic in real life. He's just plagued by injuries, so I imagine he would be on here too. But he's a fantastically quick centre-back, and you know him and Deshaun Bernard get on very well in real life. He wants £25,000 a week because I've spoken to him, and I was absolutely blown away. So there's no surprise we didn't get Tenan in. But yeah, we are having a lot of things come up before the 1st of July. I'm trying not to get carried away, but I just love transfers. Well, in a turn of events, money couldn't help us. We offered £23,000 to Charlie Lingard, but he's chosen to move to Leicester, who I suppose a mid-table Premier League side. It makes sense. Who's he got to work with? Patson Daka. I mean, he's got quite some players, hasn't he? Harvey Barnes, James Maddison. It's a shame he's chosen to go there, but, you know, he is a very good player. He is only set as a breakthrough prospect, so I guess we might be able to potentially get him in on loan again. It's something we'll definitely look at because he was fantastic last season. And I think if we can get him on loan again and just hope he can get us through another year, that would be superb. Another brand new signing, the Sugar Show. Owen O'Malley. He's a right back. I'm going to play him as a right back anyway. But he is a player that can play either left back or right back. He is decent in both feet. As a fullback on support, which is what we like to play, he looks very, very good at that role. He was recommended by our scouts. £200,000 is all it took for the Sugar Show to come to Wrexham. He played a hell of a lot of games for Shelbourne in the Premier Division of Ireland last year, and he is going to be a man to be either first team or backup right back, but I'm not too angry if we don't upgrade that position too much and he's the man. I think he is good enough to do the role, but I'm going to put him there for now because we could still improve. Obviously still players coming in. We are still waiting on these two to come in the door and hopefully Dylan Stevenson. Another man I've made an offer for is Leander Darman. He's wanted by everyone. Arsenal, Liverpool, United, Tottenham, Den Haag, Groningen, Molde, Varenga, Rangers, Tottenham and us are the only team to bid for him so far. But I think as a pressing forward with that 17 heading, great balance, great natural fitness, he could just be unbelievable. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see to see if he can join the club. 1.6 million. I'm definitely saving some money for him. We've officially ticked over into the Championship and the board are just asking us to avoid relegation, and that is perfect. If I said this, not enough money, absolutely fine. I can do that because it gives us a little bit of scope to just relax. I think it's going to be a difficult season. When we look at the Championship, there is some big sides in here. We're looking at Burnley, Bournemouth, QPR, massive side. Norwich, you got Ipswich back in the Championship now. Stoke, for Wednesday, Swansea, West Brom. It is going to be a tough old season. And as we look at the season preview, we're currently predicted 18th. But remember, we've got a lot of players in on loan which are still yet to leave the club. So I've got a feeling we could plummet down to that relegation zone without the signings coming in. So I'm just going to wait and see until we get to the first. The highest rated player is Sam Johnston. I mean, what a keeper he is for Nottingham Forest. I didn't even see them in there. Zeli Sanusi. I mean, looking at the strikers, what I'm interested in, Taiwo Awoniyi is here in the Championship. Very, very good striker. And Igor Pakshao was something for Bournemouth. Where is he previously? He's in Brazil for Curitiba. £41 million, transferred for 37 million. So yeah, the money is a little bit different here in the Championship, but I hope we can compete, and I think if we can just solidify ourselves, this season could be a fairly quick-ish one. If we can solidify ourselves as a good Championship side this year, I'll be very, very happy, and then next season push for that Premier League spot. We are nearly there at the 1st of July. We're not far away now at all. I have made another signing. I think I showed you guys. Did I show you guys? Dylan Stevenson signed. I'm going to go through him all on the 1st of July. I'm not sure if I showed you us signing him actually. But as I said, 1st of July, we'll go through all of that. This next 5 days, you're not going to see anything. You're not going to see anything. I promise. We're going to really try and just keep it as is. I say that and then we've got a chance to bring Joe Bellingham back again. And I can't say no. I've signed players because he's not going to be here, like Danny Gonzalez and... Is that his name? David Martinez? Gonzalez? Where is he? David Gonzalez. I signed him because I didn't think we were going to have Joe, but for £1,600 a week, how can I not have this man? He is better than David is. I can't turn him down. I love him. I absolutely love Job. I think I'm going to have to do it again. And I think Tayshaun Oakley-Boot is going to leave. So we can, every time. And can we get Blake in? We can get Blake in. You know what? I'm not going to complain about that one. Although I've just signed Dylan Stevenson. But them two are fantastic. Right, we'll look at that in a little bit. The 1st of July, right, it's the day before the big day. It is 1 hour to the big day. It's like Christmas Eve. Lingard's loan has finished, which is a bit gutting. There's a few guys as well. Released 11 people, and there's some big names here as well. Matthew Craig has been released. Mipo Odebueko has been released. He wanted extortionate money. He wanted like 15k to re-sign as a backup with a switch to a one striker formation. He was never going to make the cut. Josh Nerfield has been released this year. He was really good for us last year, I've got to say. And Josh, I'm a huge fan of your work. I want you to go out there and prove you belong probably top League One, maybe. But I was a big fan of Josh. And he did very well for us over the, 4 years he was here? 3 years he was here. He was fantastic. So, well done, Josh Nerfield. Matthias Klick, obviously we knew he wasn't going to be able to extend. His work permit was not going to be extended. Harry Milne has gone. He was brilliant for us in that first season in League One, played a bit part role last year. He is now gone. Alex Kovacic has gone. Harry Price has gone. I think that's our first regen that has been released. He was not great. Andy Jones has gone. He's a striker, I believe, left wing striker. I remember him. No finishing ability whatsoever. He has gone. Who else has gone? Morgan Fletcher, Luke Evans and Ben Lovell are also youth players that have left. This year, it's a fighting year for a lot of these players. Jordan Davies is kicking up a right stink that is not on like 12k a week. So I expect him to either lower them expectations down or he's going to have to leave because I'm not paying him anything more than like 6k. Ben Wilson is probably his last year. Matt Penny is back out on loan at Burton for 3k a week again, so I'm not too fussed about him. He will be released. Paul Mullin, I'm hoping is going to stay around. We need to make sure he doesn't go over sort of like 15k. Nathan Ferguson might only be here for another year. Toby Collier, I think I'm going to try and sell now. I've not extended his loan with the club he was at. I think he is at prime position to sell 800k to 2.4 million. I think we can hopefully get that sort of million mark for him. That would be a great bit of business. Scott Thomas, he will be getting a new contract for sure. He's coming back now. In fact, let's just talk to Scott now. Whatever, Scott. You're a legend. You're a legend of the club. You're a legend in the comments. You can certainly stay. We'll give him a 3-year contract. We'll keep that on because he's not going to play that anytime soon. And get him on a K a week. Ooh, all right, Scott. Relax yourself, sunshine. 1.1k. And Scott Thomas has had his contract renewed. There's no one else here I'm going to do that with just yet. Staff-wise, I leave this all to the higher-ups. I hire the staff and then renewals, I let them do it. Youth-wise, we'll keep these the same as they are for now. Players returning from their loans. Obviously, Christopher Lewis is returning. He is in the first-team squad. Jack Tierney has returned because I think he's going to be our backup centre-back along with Willanda Yapan. These three, I think, are all gone, potentially. I don't know. They might be going back out on loan again. Isaac Williams-Thomas is back. Aaron Vaughan's back. Jarrett Logg's back. Corey Reynolds is back. Phil Hamish is back. He had a massive injury last year. So I hope we can get him back to being a top potential right back. He's still got 3.5 to 4.5 star potential. Feel like he needs just a fresh start. And then this is the other man I think I might be just looking to sell. Noah Carroll, 2.3 to 3.7 million pounds. He's not it this season, and he's going to just keep being sort of the same. So I think we're going to transfer list him and try and get 2.5 million for him. I think that's probably fair. See if we can get that for him, because that would be a fantastic piece of business. And we'll do the same with Toby Collier as well. We'll ask for 1.5 mil and see if anyone bites on them. But yeah, it is Christmas Eve. It is the 1st of July in an hour's time. We also had all of our players released. We're going to get a massive email soon about loads of players having theirs released as well. I'm excited. I love the 1st of July. Like I said, it's Christmas Day. It's where we get to go through thousands of players and hopefully find some gems worth picking up. And we also get Theo Zidane, David Gonzalez and Dylan Stevenson join the club as well. 3 players that are all going to right into the first team, and they are in nice and early, which is good because we can get that team cohesion up, and hopefully we won't have the same thing as last year where we had an absolute mare to start the season. This year I want a much better start, a much cleaner start as well. I'll bring you guys back when we have ticked over, because it's going to take a while because a lot of players have just been released. 3 signings confirmed. Dylan Stevenson is a Wrexham player. He's going to play out on this left wing for us, I think, with Adrian Blake. Theo Zidane is probably going to play in this cam role for us. If not, it will be Dylan Stevenson, and Theo might become a backup centre midfielder. David Gonzalez is also in as a central midfielder, so we have definitely strengthened in that centre midfield / attacking midfield role. I need to bring up Job and Adrian Blake back to the first team, and we're going to have a little bit of fun trying to figure this out, because there's a lot of players to fit into a few positions. In fact, Jordan Davies could even see himself not even on the bench here. David Gonzalez is going to hot into there. I think Blake goes in there. I think Job goes in there, and maybe we do have Tayshaun as a backup centre mid and ball winner. And we just concentrate on getting one more, because he can do the role fairly well and he can stay in around the squad. David Gonzalez goes as a backup to Job. I think probably works quite well. And then Theo goes in there. Or does maybe even Gonzalez go into Cam? Oh, that could be not a bad option. Great passing, decent vision off the ball work. Agility's decent as well. Dribbling's okay. Let's just compare the two. I think stats-wise he's probably going to blow him out of the water. He does indeed. But having that absolute giant in the team could be so handy in Theo. Or does Christopher Lewis go back out on loan? I don't think so. I want to get Chris in the team. I think he'll be fantastic for us. I want to keep him indefinitely. In fact, let's just take him off of that loan list. Jesus, he's worth between 4.2 and 7.5 million now as well. I mean, I'd take 7.5 million for him, to be fair. But Jordan Davies right now finds himself without a position in the team. And I think we've just simply moved on from him. I think we're just a very good side that probably doesn't need the hassle of Jordan Davies crying at me every minute. So there we are. Sebastian Neves, right wing. Theo, I think this is a very strong four there. We get a really good CDM in. We get a really good striker in. And then probably a really good goalkeeper. I'll be happy. I need to find Nathan Ferguson as well, wherever he is, because he is still sticking around. Ferguson's going to go in at right back. So yeah, I think a new goalkeeper to replace Ben Wilson. A really good central defensive midfielder, so we don't have to use Tayshaun too much in that spot. And a prolific striker will be fantastic. There is some offers coming in. There's loans coming in. There's all sorts going on. Let's have a quick look. Ilio Baker out on loan. Happy for that to happen. Tierney to leave on loan. I don't want him going anywhere. Let's just take his loan off because I'd like to keep him in and around the first team squad. Offer for Noah Carroll on loan again. Now, we didn't get anything back for him for the 2.5 million. They're both interested just in the loan. I'm just worried that we're not going to see that sort of money come in for him again. So I'm going to go for a 1.7 and delay that for now. Morecambe on offer for Phil Hamish. It's good for him to go there. A good player there in Williams Thomas. McGinty, if you can pay all of his wages, and I'll give you a mandatory future fee of 200,000. Yeah, I'm fine with that. They pay his wages and he comes back and he doesn't come back. And he's basically gone and we get 200k next year. I'm happy for that. We don't massively need the money right now, which is a good thing. We are actually okay finances-wise. I think I've still got like 30 grand to spend wages-wise, to be fair. I've not checked that in a while, but there's a lot of players that have left the squad and only a few that have come in saying that Dylan Stevenson is on like £40,000. How much we got? Oh my God. There's me thinking I've got loads of money to spend, but we can indeed do that. And we've still got 16k and a lot of players to still leave and 1.7 million coming in for Noah Carroll. I am accepting that all day long. Just reject the other one. Where has it gone? Noah, you're not going on loan, son. You're leaving. 1.7 million. How much did I even bring him in for? Like 200k? Oh, for free. He was free. So Noah's coming for free and a year later has left for 1.7 million. I think that's a good deal. I wanted to get this geezer in, Enes Sally, but he's not going to get a work permit, sadly, so we can't do that. Although that would have been a fantastic starting on that left-hand side. Players who have been released. Kieran Trippier. Well, if I knew that, he's retiring. Don't worry. Wouldn't have got Kieran Trippier in. Gerard Deulofeu has been released. A good player. Probably lost a bit of his pace. Can you do a job up front? He hasn't got the greatest composure and his pace isn't as high as you'd like to see. Oriol Romeo could be a very good CDM, even though he's got 2 pace, so maybe not. Anthony Elanga. Right. I've got to try and not sign Elanga because I will just sing. I genuinely, for Manchester United at the start of the beta, he was fantastic for me. I've got to try and not sign him because that is a classic me signing to make. I'm going to offer through trials out and show you guys who we do get. Nampalys Mendy is coming in. Riyad Mahrez, he's retiring. I was going to say he's probably retiring. Emil Forsberg, retiring. Yeah, fair enough. Elanga's going to come in on loan. I don't care. I love him. Rhythm is a dancer. Anthony Elanga is something for me to sing every single episode and for you guys to hate. So, yeah. Paul Mullin is now on 16k a week. Oh, my God. Right. Paul, you need to stop. We need to stop that match highest earner clause. I'm going to just get a new contract in and offer him a pay decrease and make sure that's not there. It's not there. Paul, go back down to 10k, please, mate. I love you. And I'll even give you like a 4-year contract. Please? Because you're costing us way too much money right now. 12, 11. Ooh. Alright, 13. It's fine. Look, I made a mistake leaving that on. I think he was on 8.5. He's gone up to 13.5. We're going to quickly change that. Elanga snubs me. So, yeah. Rhythm is a dancer. You're not coming in. See you later, son. Relationship broken. We'll have a little look through all these players that have been released. And I'll get back to you once we've got a full list of trialists. And we'll see how they get on. Well, we had Christmas Day. And then there's always a little bit of a lull where everything goes a little bit quiet. All the trialists come in. And we try and find the best players. Right there, you've seen us accept a 1.7 million deal for Noah Carroll to go to Blackburn. I think we've got out at the right time on Noah. He was a free transfer. I think he's decent, but he's not everything we would have wanted. Wage-wise, we need to keep increasing this because there is some players that I really, really want that are really good in on trial. To start off, Ike Ugbo is the striker I want. No one else is interested in him. He is supremely consistent. There is nothing wrong with injuries. There's nothing to say he doesn't like big matches. He's very fast. He can finish. He's got good composure. He's balanced. He runs down the ball with the left, plays his back to goal, and easily knocks the ball past his opponent. He's 6'1" as well, so he's a bit of a beast. He wants about 12k a week. I offered him I tried to offer him a contract, and it did the thing where I had too many offers going out, so I couldn't even hardly meet his requirements wage-wise. There's some big names on this list. Nampales Mendy is a player we are still looking at and scouting. That's actually finished today. So what's he like as a ball midfielder? He's a little bit small for me, obviously, but his teamwork, work rate, tackling, marking, positioning is fantastic. He is someone I'm probably going to be talking to, and he plays a simple pass as well, which is perfect because he can just get the ball and knock it on to Joe Bellingham. Again, supremely consistent, likes matches, big matches, and doesn't have any injury worries. Sam Morsey, I think, is maybe a backup, cheaper option if we don't get the deal through. He is, again, very good. He's aggressive centre mid, consistent, big matches, ticks all the right boxes, very determined, very aggressive. I don't mind him as a cheaper option. Andre Gray, I don't think I'm going to be going for. He is very consistent and loves a big match, and he's probably very, very good. But I don't think the pace is quick enough for what Andre Gray really is. He is almost just a quick in-behind striker that has actually got much better finishing than I thought. And I imagine he'd want some serious money. Shandon Baptiste is a very good midfielder, great consistency, loves a big match, but I think he's not the midfielder we were looking for. I think he is probably someone that would replace Joe Bellingham, and I don't want to be doing that in the slightest. So I think we're actually going to terminate that trial. He looks fantastic, and if you're in a save, go and get Shandon. He's only 28 years of old in the age of 26. Tahith Chong. Now, as a Manchester United fan, it's a weird one to me to see that he can play pretty much anywhere. I remember him being a tricky little winger. I don't know if we even need him, but he's slightly injury prone, but he is very, very good, and that pace could be unbelievable. I mean, in terms of what we've got, we are completely stacked in the winger areas and even in Cam. And I think he's going to want some outrageous money. I'm going to talk to him because I do like Tahith. He wants to be a Cam as a shallow striker, so to replace Zidane, it would mean putting Christopher Lewis out on loan. It's not awful. It's really not that bad. And I'd probably even actually bring Dylan Stevenson into Cam and get him out on the left and loan out Chris Lewis. I'm going to say if we get relegated, I'll do it cheaper, and I'll try and bring this down to like 11k. 20,000. There's no way I'm going above sort of 13. I think he's good, but he's not amazing. Like break the bank good, like Ike Ugbo is. Ike Ugbo, I think, is literally a game changer. I'll do 14k, and I'll let you go for 3.5 mil. Okay, we'll see if he accepts that. That's a big sign if we do make it. Dennis Dragus has come back as well. I think he's a decent striker. If we don't get Ike Ugbo, I might look at him, but not for right now. Sergio Herrera is my second choice go-to goalkeeper. I think he looks really, really good. And if you compare him to Ben Wilson, there is absolutely no comparison of who is the better keeper. But I think the smart option is Ersin Destanoglu. Obviously, the former Besiktas goalkeeper has been a goalkeeper to Silent FM for a very, very long time. Another one who is miles better than Ben Wilson, and compared to Sergio Herrera, slightly worse off, but he's only 25 years of age. I had a contract agreed with him for £6,000 a week. I upped that to £9,000 because teams have come in for him. I would really like to get him over the line. I think he'd be brilliant. Okay, Yosoglu, obviously a CDM. I think he's exactly what we're looking for in terms of ball winner. Obviously been at West Brom, so knows the Championship well as well. So he's an option. Jordan Ferry, released from Lyon finally. I mean, what a midfielder he is. There is some really, really good midfielders in here that I'm going to have to properly go through. Pascal Gross, I think, is probably more of an advanced option. Not someone I'm going to go with, but fun to have around anyway. And then Alias Ayuni probably isn't going to make the cut. So I think to say off this list, I'm going to take Dragus off. I'm going to take Gray off and Shannon Baptiste. I've already done that one. And we're going to terminate these guys' trials. So we've got a few people left. We've got 2 games before we play them as well. So yeah, it's an exciting couple of days, but sorry you've not been massively updated. But yeah, a lot has been going on behind the scenes. Now we've got a bit more money to play with. Hopefully we can get Ike Ugbo in, because that is the one that I am praying for. And about to finish off that little segment, we've been rejected. Ersin Destekoglu is going to Middlesbrough, which is a massive shame. Bit of a bummer, but we're going to have to go with Sergio Herrera. I think he wants similar sort of money. I reckon we can get him for about 6k. Hopefully. 7? 9? 7.5. 7.5k. Sergio Herrera then is hopefully going to be the keeper. Is that the guy that was released from PSG? No, I'm thinking of someone completely different. This guy's been a mainstay in the Spanish La Liga for years and years and years. So, yeah, a very good signing if we get him over the line. 2 more brand new signings are in. We have signed a backup right back on loan. I know what you're thinking. We've got the Sugar Show and Nathan Ferguson. Well, the Sugar Show is going up to left back and Billy Furness is going to be a backup right back. £4,500 a week on loan from Southampton, I believe. It is indeed Southampton. I think he looks fantastic. A very good defensive right back. I think that's key. That he's a very good defensive right back because he is going to be needed, and I think we're going to need good defenders this year, and that is exactly why we've spent the money and we've gone absolutely big and got in Yokuslu. Okay, we got okay. Let me know how that's said down in the comments. 54 caps for Turkey, incredibly consistent and just an outright baller as a centre defensive midfielder. I was comparing him to the players we had on loan at the club. They are not there anymore, and I'm not going to go and find them, but he's better than Jordan Ferry, he's better than Piles Mendy. He's on £12,000 a week, which is a lot of money, but he's unbelievable. I think he gives Joe Bellingham the chance to go out there and thrive in centre mid next to him. Now, this is where I'm going to leave the transfer special. I'm editing it as we go, and I believe I'm about 35 minutes in, probably now 36, 37, 38. I want to get it underneath 40 minutes, so I'm going to leave it on a little bit of a cliffhanger. We've got 4 players potentially still coming in. Sergio Herrera has had offers now from Ponferrada and Valencia. I've upped it to £9,000 a week to try and convince the man to come to the club. Tahith Chong, we offered a contract to. He's got interest from Reading, Stoke, Sunderland and Bologna, but he'd be brilliant as an attacking midfielder or even as a left winger, and Stevenson comes in the middle. I finally got my man Milovan Radovanovic a deal where I could actually talk to him and offer him a deal. We paid £500,000. Wages wise, it's not outrageous. It's like £8,000, and he is unbelievable and would change. I think he'd change the club. He is that good. There's an offer from VfL Bochum. There's interest from Porto and Sparta Prague as well. But he is going to choose us, I'm sure of it. And the last one, we finally got an offer in for Ike Ugbo. It is £14,000, I think, so it's outrageous money. But this is the level we're at now. And when I'm seeing teams, I'm pretty sure, well, I'm going to tell you now, Wilfred Zaha was an option at the start. I went to speak to him. He wanted £60,000 a week. Now, he's gone for 25k, but when you're looking at a player like Ike Ugbo, he looks fantastic and again could literally change the course of this club. I'm going to go through the next couple of weeks before we get to game day. Now, next episode is going to be fun. We've got Blackpool in the Championship, our first game in the Championship. I'm going to play the Wimbledon game off of camera because you don't want to see the first round of the Carabao Cup. And we're going to play against Charlton, a team we know very well from last season. I think it gives us a good gauge of where we are for this season. Just looking at the Championship season preview, we are now sitting still in 18th place. I'm not angry about that. That's about where I expect to be. Between 18th and 12th would be brilliant. Thank you guys for watching. This has been a long old episode. If you are still here, let me know down in the comments who is your favourite signing. And yeah, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you tomorrow morning because tomorrow it's another double upload day, baby. Come on. Thank you for watching. See you later.